Hello, my fellow crap shooters. I'm going to do a practice session with the view looking the opposite way. I'm going to shoot from down there toward the camera. And excuse the noise of vehicles going by. This is a garage setup, so I got my garage door up. It's a nice warm afternoon today, and I got some laundry going, so you're going to hear some funny noise. I got the dog. We got all the cool stuff going on, but I want to throw some dice and see if we can get a good long practice session for you guys and show you some of my techniques. I'm going to talk you through what I do. I'm going to show you what we're going to do as we move along. Hey, doggy, inside. Come on, boo. In the house. And I'm going to talk you through some of my different bets, my different dice sets, and what I'm doing with the markers. So, hope you enjoy it. I may edit this down for time later, but I'm going to try and be as descriptive as I can in what I'm doing and let you guys see a little bit of how I practice and what my general bank betting styles are and whatnot for keeping, protecting against major loss when you're at the table. It's all about bank control and a little bit of dice influence, in my opinion. So my dog wants to go out in the front yard and take a quick leak, so I'm going to pause this for a minute and let him do that. All right, and we are back. So let me see what I can do. I don't think I'm going to bet. I'm pretty much going to just set this up for dice set. And I guess I could bet. All right, so here's how I play. I like to keep track of the fire bet, and I like to keep track of the bonus craps, all, tall, small. And I also like to keep track not only of my roll count, but what specific sets are getting rolled. So as I throw the dice down, every time I'm going to make some different things here. I'm going to mark. First of all, I'm going to mark my point for the fire bet. I'm going to be pulling these gold $1,000 chips, excuse me, down into the lay bet and the don't come area, specifically to mark, because I don't have markers up top for the all, tall, small. So down below, what I do is I take and I mark a gold chip on one of the horn numbers if I hit a horn number for the bonus. And then as we go, if I roll like a 3-2, I'll mark the 3-2 up top with a dollar chip. And we'll count up how many we have at the end to know what the roll count was. So, since most of the tables in Vegas are going to be $15 tables and higher, I am going to start myself off with a $620 bankroll. A stack of green. I'm going to take a stack of red and a stack of white. And that's the easiest way to get up to your $1,000 or your 620. Because if you think about it, you got, let me make sure I'm counting this out right, 100, 200, 300, 400, there's 5, yeah, so the reason I do 620, it's easy for the dealers to cash you up that way with 620, stack and a stack and a stack. That's a quick buy-in and you're done. Why would I want all those whites? Who knows? Some people like to have them up in their chip stack, so they're on the rail if they're counting on them, keeping track of things. I've seen people use the chips for that, all kinds of different stuff. Okay. I've got some of my bankroll over here, so when I pay out, I can work with it. The last time I played the other day, my practice session, 6 was my last point, and I put the marker off because that was what I rolled last. So anyway, let's say this is should we play $25 table? Because a lot of us that aren't used to $25 tables who go to Vegas, it's like, holy shit, how am I going to manage my bank? That's a lot to risk. So let's minimize the risk. It's a $25 table. I'm going to drop 25 on the pass line. It's a come out roll. I'm the shooter. I'm also going to do a $5 horn high ace deuce. Now, why would I do that on the come out roll? Okay, if I throw a crap number, I'm going to make money on. If I throw a yo, I'm making money on the horn side of the yo, $15. So I'm going to put that $5 right back up. I make 25 on the line, and then if I throw ace deuce, I only make 15, which is only a portion of that. That's why I do a high ace deuce, because that makes the extra dollar. It covers the same as the 12 and the 2 that way. So 12, 2, and 3 are all covered for the same amount. And your yo bet, you're making bonus money anyway. So we'll start with that. That's my come out action for a regular table, traditional craps. Now, if I'm going to bet the tall, small, all, how much do you really want to risk on that? I'm going to risk $5 just because I'm going to go 1-3-1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up right across here in the hard way since I'm the only player on this table. I'm going to go 1-3-1 for $5 across the middle. Now, are we going to play fire bet too? I don't typically play the fire bet, so I'm not going to do it. Oh, our light just went out. Damn it. Sorry, guys. Try again. All right, so 1-3-1 on the bonus for the bonus craps, and that's all I'm going to do. Now, do I protect that for $7 or for $5 to come back up? Not on a $25 table. So if I throw a big red, I'm going to sacrifice $5 to come back up. Now, some people say, why wouldn't you play a nickel on the world and go $1 or $1 on each of those and $1 big red so it comes back up? Not quite so much interested in doing that on a $25 table. I'm looking at protecting my line bet with the craps numbers here. And if big red rolls, so what? I'm into it for 5, but that's, come on, man, $5? Get over yourselves. All right, so we are coming out, and the dice are passed to me, and let's see what we can do with it. I'm going to start with, I'm going to throw a hard way set, and I'm going to just send them down, find my sweet spot on the dice. Grip feels good. I support myself with my right arm because I'm a lefty, and I'm going to stay square to the table by holding myself up with my right arm so I'm nice and squared up, and I'm going to send them down the middle. And we just dropped in for a yo. There is a 6-5 for the yo. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pay the line. I'm going to pay 10 and stay up on the horn high ace deuce. And I'm going to mark my yo that I made it, and I'm going to mark the yo for the bonus. And we're still coming out. So let's pick up those winnings. Now some people would say, why don't you throw some extra money on the increase your line bet? Well, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm already good at 25. Some people say when the 11 or the 7 rolls, you build that up. Let's stick with the hard way set. See what we can do. All right. Hard 10 on top, hard 6 on the back, hard 4 on the front. Support myself nicely down the middle. And we rolled a 6-2. So one of my dice went off axis. But I rolled a 6-2 for the 8. The point is 8. We're going to pull down the marker for the bonus. And again, it came 6-2, so I'm going to mark the 6-2 up top. Horn high ace deuce falls. We don't need it anymore because it doesn't really matter. Now, right away, how do we protect here? I guess I'm going to go with a $25 come bet. And why am I doing that? If I roll an 8 right now, I win. If I roll any other number, the money travels. If it's craps, I'm screwed. So let's do another horn high ace deuce to protect that come bet. It's just like $1 crap on a $5 table. And the other thing is, if I happen to roll a 7, the come bet wins because I have nowhere to travel, and the pass line loses, and then we're done, and we're out $5. But that's probably not going to happen. All right, so I'm going to use a 3-1-2-1 dice set. So I'm going to have 3-1 on the top and 2-1 on the front. I'm going to bring the dice down to show you guys this. Okay, what I got is I'm going to put 3-1 on the top, and I'm going to put 2-1 on the front. Oop, there you go, 2-1 and 3-1. And to me, that's a set. On the back, you've got 10, and on the very back, you've got the yo. Now, for me, that will help me out. I'm not going to sit here and explain the mechanics of the double pitch or the off-axis toss, but let's just see what this brings. All right. So again, I got 3-1 on the top, 2-1 on the front. I'm going to shift them across from each other until I find a spot that feels good on my fingers to grab those dice and pick them up. I'm going to square up on the table, and I'm going to try and drop them in right above the word line on the pass line on the other end here. And we rolled a 9. That's a 6 and a 3 for the 9. So 6 was a primary face and 3 was a primary face, but that one tipped over. So one of my dice did a double pitch. I went over 2 times. All right, so the combat's going to travel to the 9. We're going to mark the 9 for the bonus. We're going to mark the 6-3 for the roll count, which is up here. And the dice are out. Now we got to decide, are we going to step on the gas or are we going to play conservative? If I'm going to play conservative, I could go with a $25 6 because that pays like a $24 bet with an extra dollar. You don't have to put 30 on that 6. You can get paid as a $24 6 with the extra dollar. So let's do that. Let's put $50 out there. Let's go $25 5, $25 6. For right now, do I want to take odds on the 9? Maybe, maybe not. How conservative of a bettor are you? Let's try and get one of those bets to hit before we take any odds. All right, so just we're covering the inside numbers. We've got technically 75 inside right now. One of them is a come bet, so it's only going to pay even money. The other 2 will pay like standard place bets. And again, don't feel pressured to cap the 6 to $30. You don't need to do that. That can pay you like a $24 place bet with an extra dollar on it. So you're going to end up getting 29 for 25 because 24 pays 28 and the extra dollar makes 29. Hell, drop them $1 and then tell them to make it 30 and they'll give you that extra $25 chip. All right, I'm going to go back to my 3-2 set here. And what I'm hoping to achieve with this is just continued good rolls avoiding the 7. Find your sweet spot that feels good on the dice. Drop in the same landing zone. That was a little short, but they did hit the back wall, and I dropped in for a 5-4-9. So we immediately won the comeback right back as a 5-4. So that's going to pay $25 out in the come right there. We're going to mark the 5-4 for the roll count. And we'll continue to go. Now, here's the question. Do you want to place back the 9? I would. I'd get back out there on it, pick up your winnings, and decide if you're going to take odds. You want to take $25 odds on the 6, or sorry, on the 8, or do we want the 5 or the 6 to hit first? I'm going to play conservative because I'm a little out of my comfort zone on a $25 table. I'm going to stay conservative, and I only have 100 at risk. Okay, so let's see what happens. We did win $25 on the 9, so I'm keeping track of winnings as we go. Again, I'm going to go with the 1-3 on top again. And the 2-1 on the front. Shift these around a little bit till I find a spot that feels good. And I'm not going to do any backswing. I'm not bringing my hand back at all. I'm only going forward. Here we go. And we rolled a 5. And I've got a little blue jay in the trees out in front of my house cawing at me. Probably wants me to throw him a peanut or something. All right, so we got a 3-2 for the 5. Let's mark the 5 for the bonus. The 5 is going to get paid. That's going to get paid 35 for every 25. So now some of the guys immediately press that, and I think I will just because I'm going to press it by $10 and I'm going to take the $25 pay and put it in my chip rail. Now we made a 3-2, so let's mark the 3-2 up there. Now the reason I did that is that's going to immediately pay 49, okay? Small amount of pressure, not full pressure. Just press by 10, okay? So, again, let's get that 3-2 set up again on the dice. And what I'm going to do is I'm not necessarily going for point. I'm going to avoid the 7, and I'm going to trying to make money on my inside numbers. Okay, if I make point, that's great. Okay, and there is a 6-2 for the 8. So we made point. Flat bet pays even money on point on pass line, and we're off. And let's mark the 6-2 for the roll count. Okay, 6-2 is now marked. We've made 6-2 twice. We're coming out again. Okay, so on the come out roll, the question remains, how do we reset this up? I left that $5 there by mistake because I'm not a good dealer for myself, but I'm going to get out another 5 and I'm going to bet the horn high ace deuce again. I'm not worried about covering my all tall small because it's only $5. I've already won back 5 so far. I've got 110 in money that I picked up off the table, and I've got 110 in action right now. So it's about a push. We're break even at this point after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rolls. Okay, I'm break even in 6 rolls. Okay, $25 table, guys. We're coming out. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to go back to my hardway set for the come out roll. And some people be like, why would you do that? You're doing so good at that other set. You can change up your set for the come out. Here we go. Come out hard. We're going to go hard 6 on the front, hard 10 on the bottom, hard 8 on the back, and hard 4 on top. Okay? Come on, let's see if we can roll a little Joe. Hard 4. And 12 craps, but that's a bonus number we needed. Okay, the horn high ace deuce is going to help us on that. So 12 craps, line down. That goes away. Mark the 12 for the bonus, and mark the 12 for the roll count. Now, the horn high midnight, or high ace deuce, that's going to pay a significant amount for a dog. That's $30, 25, and then back 5 to stay up. So the 5 will come back over here. That'll stay up, and we'll slide 25 over back to the shooter to cover the line. Line bet goes back up. Dice are out, looking for a point, coming out, here we go. Same thing, hard way set. This time we'll put hard 8 on the front, hard 4 on the bottom, see what happens. We rolled them over exactly sideways. Both dice went off axis. And that time we got a 6. That is a 4-2 for the 6. We'll pull down the chip. Sir, would you like to move to the 8? Yeah, okay. There we go. We're over on the 8 now. We're on the 6, and again, a 4-2 gets marked up top for the roll count. And keeping track of dice mechanics. All right, should I take odds? We don't have the outside numbers covered yet. We've got 110 in winnings, so we're break even on that, but we still haven't broke even on the money we've had to spend on the horn bets. Oh, and that's right, the horn highest deuce falls. So we've got a lot of money that we're still not break even. So let's stick with the same bet for right now, and we'll go back to later. So I'm going to go back to, we'll go back to pressing later. 3-1 on the top, 2-1 on the front. Find the sweet spot where they feel good in your fingers, and if you lift them up over, I don't care which side the 3-1 and the 2-1 are on. We're shooting for the 6, but I'll take any of the other good numbers. Okay, and there's a bad roll. There's a 7 out. The dice came apart quite a bit, and we 7'd out. So that was not a super long roll. Let's see, what did we have at risk? We basically lost 110 on that roll, and we had bonus. We had 4 and 10, and we had aces. And if I'd have made the 10, we'd have made half of the all tall small. Oh, I forgot to mark the fire bet. That's okay. We only got 2 of them anyway. So I had basically aces and ace deuce left for the bonus. And then let's rack those back up now so we don't worry about that. Total roll count. We'll check that out in a second. Take the bonus bets down. Get up there. All right, and so, oh yeah, there's another $5 falls from the bonus. And so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ninth roll was a 6-1. So we had 8 rolls that were good, and only a couple of those didn't pay out any money because they weren't. We weren't bet on those. I didn't roll any 4s or 10s, so that didn't help us or hurt us. We basically rolled inside numbers. We rolled 6, 8, and 9, and 1 5. So there you have it. Not a bad session. Oh, let's take a look at total chip count and see where we started versus where we finished. All right. I got 100, 200, 300, 400. I still got 500. There's a stack of green. There's a stack of red, less 5. I'm 1 chip short there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 600. And then we got 10, no, 9. 609. So that whole session, I only went down a couple bucks. I started with 620 and I'm at 609. And I was able to stay and hold my own on a $20 table with 6 winning rolls. Now, again, you could have pulled your money down and you would have had another 105 on top of that, but I was still a shooter and I wanted to keep going. I didn't press my bets up. I didn't go crazy. I never had more than $110 at risk the whole time I was on the table. Now, how many of you guys play $5 or $10 tables and end up pressing your bets up to get to that much? It took you a while to get there, but you stayed out and you only got that high on a long roll. That's the thing. You may as well make some money on the first 6 rolls. We're not down that much. I'll come back around with another session and see what happens.